Hello there. So, this is your friendly reminder. Hope I'm doing that right. This is your friendly reminder to let you know it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. We get so down on ourselves when things don't happen in the way that we want them to happen. We get so down on ourselves when we don't see the results that we want to see. We get so down on ourselves for just being human, and we can't keep living like that anymore. No matter what it is you're trying to do, I want you to understand that it will never be perfect. Okay? Doesn't matter if you've been doing it for a month, doesn't matter if you've been doing it for 20 years. Nothing that you do will ever be perfect, and that's okay. You should always be trying to improve, whether it's your content creation skills, your editing skills, skills at the job, like whatever it is. Always try to improve. And if you can't improve, figure out where you could do. Mm, Let me rephrase. If you're not too sure where you can improve, ask somebody close to you who's doing what you're doing and see what they think. But just know that it's okay. It's okay to post your first video and get 0 views. It's okay to post your 100th video and get 0 views. Because eventually, if you keep going, you will get 1 view. But a lot of times we give up so quick. Like, you could be right there, right at that threshold, right at that line where you're going to start to see some progress. But you give up right before it's time. And then all of that hard work that you've done up until that point was for nothing, was literally for nothing. I have a total of 3 YouTube channels. And I'm not going to lie, my weight loss and fitness channel, that was my first channel. And I loved that channel. And I found myself getting a little frustrated with it, I would say maybe like 2 months ago, because that's the one with the most amount of subscribers, yet it's not getting the traction that I feel like it should be getting, right? It's my entitlement and my ego coming into place. And there was a point where I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just give up on it. Like, maybe I should just stop posting on that channel because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know. I don't know. But then there was something that came into my mind and I was like, well, if you give up on it, then that whole year of you posting a video every single day was for nothing. You might as well had not and said you did. And I was like, dang. Because I post on that channel every single day, you guys. Every day. Haven't missed a day. I was like, you're right. If I give up now, then that whole year of 365 videos was for nothing. And when I was contemplating whether or not to give up on it, it was getting 100 views on a video. And I was going back and forth for a few weeks, like, maybe this just isn't it. Maybe nobody cares about weight loss and fitness. Like, maybe I'm just in the wrong niche. Right? All of these thoughts were coming into my mind because I was just like, I can't figure this page out. But then I started to notice 125 views, 150. One video got 500 views. And I saw another video that had 2,000 views. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't give up now. Because if I give up now, I could be right there. I could literally be right there for the gates of heaven to just open up for me. And if I stop now, only a year in, by the way, but if I stop now, I'll never see the progress and the results that I was praying for this entire time. And because I'm holding on to that, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep being committed to figuring it out. Because I love going to the gym. I love sharing my weight loss and fitness journey. I love sharing my vegan recipes. And I don't want to stop. Eventually, I'm going to see the results and the progress from that channel that I've been praying for this entire time. And until then, I will show up every single day and post, whether 5 people watch or 1,000 people watch. Because that's still more than the amount of people I know. I don't even know 1,000 people. But do you see how I was allowing myself to get lost in the analytics and the algorithm? And that's why I don't look at those things for that. Because it will discourage you. It can discourage you. It can either motivate you or discourage you, depending on where you fall or where you think you should fall. And you shouldn't allow that. Be okay with learning. Be okay with that. Become a sponge to information. I try to be around people who are doing better than me in all aspects. So, I have a personal trainer. He's better than me in fitness, nutrition, right? He's been doing it for damn near 20 years, right? I try to have friends who are doing better than me in something else. Like maybe they're better business owners than me. Maybe they make more money than me. Maybe they have higher energy than me. Maybe they make better content than me. I want to be around people who are better than me. And I invite that energy into my space because I want to grow. I want to develop. I want to improve. You can't improve when you're around people who have no aspirations of doing better in their life. You'll never grow there. You'll always stay there with them. But when you open up your mind and you're okay with being okay with not being the best, with not being the smartest, that's where you are leaving room to improve and to grow. Be okay with your first Instagram reel being terrible. It's probably going to be horrible, right? If it's your first one you ever posted, it might just be shitty. But that's okay. That's not a reflection of you. That just shows that you don't have any experience yet. Emphasis on the word yet. But it's coming. The more you do it, the better it'll get effortlessly. It's pretty hard to do something 1,000 times and not change in any way, shape, or form. I don't think anybody is capable of that. Whether you're trying to change or not, it's just going to get better. But the only way it's going to get better is if you're okay with sucking. If you're okay with making a mistake. And stop looking at it as it's failing. It's not failing. It never fails until you stop. So if I stopped posting on my weight loss and fitness channel, then I failed. If I decide to throw in the towel, then I failed. But as long as I keep trying, as long as I keep posting, as long as I keep trying to figure out what is working, then it's not failing. So change your perspective on things. Sometimes we get very negative. We don't even realize that we're being negative. Be optimistic. Recognize that you have room to improve, and that's okay. And stop monitoring other people's stuff. Stop comparing your progress to someone else's. You don't know where they came from. You don't know how hard they work. You don't know if they had help. You don't even know if they're telling the truth. You don't know anything. You don't know. All you know is what they tell you or what you've researched. But that doesn't even mean that it's true. Sometimes when we compare, we start to discredit our own progress and our own worth. And that's not a healthy place to be mentally. It's like comparison is the thief of joy. And let's be realistic here. I think we all compare to some extent. I think that comparison is just human nature. And there's nothing wrong with comparing in the sense of it's inspiring you to do better. Maybe your friend just bought a house and listening to her process and seeing her house, you're comparing where you live and you're like, wow, I never considered a house, but now I think I want to buy a house too. She's inspired me. See, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's pushing you to do better, right? I think comparison becomes a problem when you become so engulfed in what someone else is doing that now you're not focusing on you. And then that comparison can turn into envy. And now it's just a dark and sinister place to be. That's when I think comparison is a problem. But when you are so wrapped up in what you have going on in your life and you're so focused and just in your own lane, you'll realize you don't have time to compare. So if you find yourself looking at other creators and you're seeing their results, but maybe you don't have those same results in your life, you could use it as a way to learn, figure out what they're doing so that you can, I don't want to use the word copy, but imitate their template. Imitate the path that they've already paved, right? But the only way you're going to be able to do that and have the headspace to do that is to understand and be okay with the fact that it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to suck. It's okay to need to improve on something. It's okay to not be perfect. Because it is okay to not be perfect. All right? Happy Friday, you guys.